Hi everyone. In today's lesson, we're going to be working on solving linear equations. Let's go ahead and get started. Today we're going to talk about two vocab words. One will be the word opposite, the other one would be the word reciprocal. You're probably used to hearing the word opposite reciprocal together. We want to just dissect that word. The word opposite means that it is the same number with a different sign. For example, it's -3 and 3. These are called opposite numbers. Same number, one is negative, one is positive. Now, the reciprocal of a number means that, for example, if I had 2/7, what you want to do is you want to take this fraction and flip it upside down. So the denominator becomes the numerator, and the numerator becomes the denominator. So these are reciprocal numbers of each other. All right, so let's practice. Given the number 7, state its opposite. So 1 is positive, therefore the opposite would be -7. Here it says, given the number -5.6, state its opposite. So since it's already negative, we know it's going to be positive 5.6. In number 2, it says, given the number 3, give its reciprocal. Now, 3 is not a fraction, but I'm going to go ahead and put it over 1 and make it a fraction. So the reciprocal will be 1/3. Here it says, given the number 3/4, give its reciprocal. So we're going to go ahead and switch the position there. Denominator becomes numerator, numerator becomes denominator. 4/3 would be the reciprocal of 3/4. All right, so just know those two, the distinction between those two words, please. Let's talk about solving linear equations. When we are solving a linear equation, our goal is to get the variable alone. So for example, in example 5, if I said solve this, I would want x to be alone. In order to get x alone, you need to make sure you undo the operations. So if there's addition, to get rid of addition, you would ultimately have to subtract on both sides. To get rid of multiplication, you would have to divide on both sides. If you have fractions, you can also multiply by the reciprocal. It's the idea of still division and multiplication, reciprocals. All right, so let's go ahead and start. It says solve each equation for the given variable. Leave answer as an improper fraction if needed, no decimals. Grid the response. I do have a calculator near me in case I need it. So if you need a calculator, go ahead and take your TI-84s or 83s. In order to solve example 5, first thing we would have to do is get rid of plus 8 by subtracting 8 on both sides. The positive and the negative, the opposites, cancel each other. We are left with 3x equals 16 minus 8, which results in 8. In order to get rid of the 3 here, which is multiplying to x, we would have to divide by 3, since multiplication and division will undo each other, are inverses. 3's cancel, and x equals 8. Now to put this into a SAT, you would put a 3 here to division and then the 8, that's our 8/3, and just go ahead and bubble it in. 8, the division sign, and 8/3. Well done. In example number 6, we notice that there's an n on the left side of the equal sign as well as on the right side. So the first thing I'm going to do is subtract the 4n to the left side. 12 minus 4 results in 8n. The minus 3 drops down, equal sign comes down, and so does 21. The next thing I would do is add the 3 to the other side, since subtraction and addition are inverses. 8n drops down, 21 plus 3 is 24. Last but not least, you would have to divide both sides by 8, since 8 is being multiplied to n. 8 divided by n, 8 is 1, which we say is canceled. N equals 24 divided by 8 is, so we would just go ahead and put 3 and bubble in the 3. This was one of those cases where you can put it at the end or in the beginning. Awesome job. Let's go on to number 7 and number 8. For number 7, it says solve each equation for the given variables. Leave answer as an improper fraction if needed. No decimals. All right. First thing we want to do is distribute the 5 and distribute the -4 inside the parentheses. Notice I'm not distributing the -4 to this p. 5 times p is 5p. 5 times negative 6 is negative 10. It equals negative 4p. And negative 4 times 10 is negative 28 plus p at the end. Before I go any further, I notice that I have two like terms on the right side. So I'm going to write everything again on the left side and combine negative 4p plus p. That results in negative 3p minus 28. Now, just like in number, I believe it was in example number 6, where there were two letters on one on each side of the equal sign, what we're going to do is we're going to get them on the same side. So I'm going to add 3p on both. 5p plus 3p equals 8p minus 10 equals. Notice that these opposite numbers canceled out. We're left with equals 8. We're now going to add 10 to the other side since it's being subtracted. And subtraction and addition are inverses of each other. 8p equals negative 8. Divide by 8 on both sides. p equals negative 18 over 8, which reduces to negative 9. Awesome job. Let's go ahead and look at example 8. Example 8 isn't so difficult. The only scary part is that there's a fraction right here in front of the variable. So we're going to go ahead and solve for w. I'm going to go ahead and subtract 5 on both sides just because there's a plus 5 there, so I'm trying to get w alone. 2/3 times w equals 10 minus 5, which is 5. Then to get rid of the fraction 2/3, what we have to do is we have to take the reciprocal. And the reciprocal of 2/3 is 3 over 2. There it is. 2/3 and 3/2 cancel each other out, and we are left with w equals, and then we multiply. Now, 5 is 5 over 1 is written as a fraction, so it's really easy to multiply fractions. You do multiply the numerators, which is 15, and multiply the denominators, which is 2. So we can leave that as a fraction because it said no decimals. Well done. All right, we are headed into our last problem. To solve for the given variable, since the problems are in decimals, you're allowed to give the answer as a decimal. Round to the tenths, okay? If we need to look back, we'll go ahead and do that. All right, let's start first by distributing 3 to the problem. So I'm going to rewrite 1.2t plus 6 equals, I'm going to use my calculator. I have one, like I said, right next to me. So 2.7 times 3 is 8.1t minus, and then we have 3 times 8, which is 24. And then we're going to go ahead and combine like terms. This is just like example 6, 7, and 8. We have variable on each side. We're going to go ahead and move one of them to the other side. Go ahead and subtract 8.1t to the left side. Now 1.2 minus 8.1 is negative 6.9t. The 6 drops down plus equals the 8.1t and the minus 8.1t cancel. We're left with minus 24 or negative 24. We're going to now go ahead and subtract 6 to the other side. Negative 6.9t equals negative 30. And then last but not least, we're going to divide both sides by negative 6.9. And since we've been working with decimals, we're going to leave the answer as the final decimal. Negative 30 divided by negative 6.9 results in 4.348. But if we wanted it in the tenth place, so I'm going to just go ahead, draw a line to the tenth. So it's 10 has 1 0, so I know it's one number after the decimal. And then I look at this 4. 4 means keep the number the same. So t equals 4.3 is our final answer. Well, that is all the problems that we have for the day. I hope that was helpful. This was once again how to solve linear equations. Thanks for coming with us. Have a great day.